Chase Elliott is unable to hold off Tyler Reddick after final pit stops as Reddick gets by to win his first career Cup race. Freddie, spot on, spot off.
Spot on. Awesome for Tyler. You kind of seen Chase. The big thing I saw was one time Chase just blew, I think it was turn 5.
It was 5.
Kind of overdrove it, and then that gave Tyler the opening to get in front of him. And then Tyler, kind of like we've seen Suarez do at where the hell he won? Sonoma. Just ran pretty much a flawless second half of the race there. Got aided by, no caution. So they just kind of ran their race out and worked out well for him. But just took advantage of one mistake and then capitalized on it and drove away, really. At the end, there really wasn't much of a race for the lead.
I think this is a big-time spot on and also a big shock. I mean, when you look at starting the season, we talk about wild card races. And there was a long time where road courses, when we would talk about a wild card race, we would say a guy like McDowell's going to have a chance to win, or a guy like A.J. Allmendinger's going to have a chance to win. Certainly not a guy like Daniel Suarez. Certainly not a guy like Ross Chastain. Certainly not a guy like Tyler Reddick. That's 3 guys this year that got their first win on road courses. First Cup Series win on road courses. We never saw that before this car, in my opinion. I don't think you're going to go out there and outrun a Chase Elliott, a Kyle Larson, some of these guys that are super good without this particular car. But spot on for sure for Tyler's first win, first career Cup Series win, won a Mini, and obviously good timing for him, having been announced that RCR had picked up his option to bring him back for next year, take him off potentially what would be the free agency market for 2023. But having watched Tyler since he came into NASCAR, and to watch his growth on and off the track, because he's matured a hell of a lot off the track too. I don't think he gets enough credit for that personally for what he's been able to establish there. I mean, TJ, he's one of the best. He only has one Cup Series win, but in my mind, he's one of the best drivers out there right now.
Yeah, Tyler's grown tremendously.
Well, not really.
Yeah, not height-wise.
Not physically.
He's definitely grown a lot. Since his early days there. I think it was, did he win his first truck race?
I don't remember.
Or did he run a partial schedule, then the full schedule? I can't remember because I spotted for him.
You spotted for him.
I can't remember if we did a partial schedule the year before. I think we did, but we won the first race. Won Daytona the first time we ran it. And the kid listened. He was a sponge from the beginning. And I think them years of him doing that, learning as he goes up the ladder, he's very quiet. And he learns. He's really hard on himself a lot, probably too hard. But to me, this is more of a big win for him, first win. I know the Bristol dirt race would have been cool, but this is a bigger win than that, in my opinion. You passed a guy that's won every road course for a year or two straight. He seemed like Chase won every road course we went to. So you passed that guy to win your first race. And I don't think it gets any better than that as far as, being your first win. You earned it. You passed. You always look back and, you look at some, like when a guy wins Daytona or Talladega, you go back and look. And then you look at the top 10, and it's such a scattered group. And there might only be 14 cars running. But here, you passed the best at the road, one of the best at the road course today in this day and age. You passed him to win your first race. So I don't know how it gets much sweeter than that for Tyler. It's very deserving for him and his family. His dad's put a lot into it, and his family has got a great family, and I was super happy to see them get the win.
And that's your hardest one to get, is your first one. Now he's 100%. Got it. I think he can rattle off a lot. And, I don't know where the other RCR cars finished on this particular day, but he's been head and shoulders the best RCR car. And it's not just RCR car. Obviously, they got alliances with other teams as well. And he's usually the only guy in the top 10 out of the RCR stable cars.
Yeah,
consistently.
We've seen this last year too. I think he was on the pole at COTA last year, even with the old car. So his road racing had been. I know he put a lot of work in it. He's been working a lot with Josh Wise and Scott Speed. I've run into him a couple times at not Millbridge, GoPro over here, working with them guys, and just even talking to him about like what he's learning over there. You can hear the enthusiasm in his voice of drills they're making him, procedures they're making him do, how they're making him run the car to learn stuff. But you're talking about next year, it's going to be a pretty good offseason, I think, for Tyler Reddick. Is there anybody in the sport that wouldn't want Tyler Reddick? Gibbs is probably out of chairs over there, but is there anybody that wouldn't kick the tires on Tyler Reddick to try to get him in their car?
Well, this is what was confusing for me, having been on the management side, is RCR comes out and announces, we've picked up his option. well, why did you only pick up his option? Why didn't you announce we've signed Tyler Reddick to a new contract through 2026, which tells me that the two sides, surely to God, RCR wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right? I mean, I would hope so. Nobody's told me that. But if I'm RCR, there's no way I want this guy to ever come up as a free agent, right? So the fact that he's not under contract beyond 2023 tells me that Tyler Reddick is about to be one of the top 10 highest paid guys going into the 2023-24 season once he gets established as to where he wants to go. But look, if you to your point, he was in the Hendrick family of drivers, and he had an opportunity, in my mind, to go get in one of those Hendrick cars, and it didn't work out for him here. And he left here. He went to RCR. He won an Xfinity Series championship at RCR, having just won one the year before at JRM. Now, that's kind of odd, right? You win a championship at JRM, and they let you leave?
Yeah.
That's kind of odd. All right. But you go to RCR, you win another one. Now they've got you. Now they put you in a cup car. Only let Daniel Hemrick run 1 year. Everybody thought that was going to be a long-term play. He ran 1 year. They moved him out of the way to put Reddick in. Obviously, they're sitting on all of the control of that contract. Now, when it comes up, I mean, you look at whatever's going on at Stewart-Haas Racing, right? I think Chase Briscoe is safe as he can be. Going into this year, I didn't think he was. Now I think he is. Harvick, he ain't going to be there forever. I mean, this guy's 45 years old, it seems like. Maybe he's older than that. I don't know. But he ain't going to be there forever. Eric Amarola, who knows what he's going to do. I mean, we alluded to a few months ago, we heard he may not retire. And now he kind of owned that a little bit.
I've seen a little backpedal this week.
He kind of owned that, right? So, and the big move there is Smithfield loves Eric Amarola. And if they can't get a major upgrade in driver, why would they agree to bring in a guy that they don't know can win? They know Tyler Reddick can win, so you just wait a year. You talk Eric into sticking around another year, right? So to your point, I mean, if I'm Gibbs, hell yeah, I'd look at him. If Christopher Bell doesn't start winning a lot of races, I mean, the rumor is Bell's been picked up for next year. Obviously, Kyle's got to figure out what Kyle's going to do. We know Ty Gibbs is coming along. But if I own a race team and I own a cup team, he is on the top of my list. And there's a lot more guys coming up next year that are going to be big names.
If you were Tyler and you had some options, where would you go?
Well, I mean, you can't establish where that is right now because a lot of things can change. I mean, look, Casey, if you'd have told me that – Daniel Suarez was making a brilliant move to go to Trackhouse a year ago, I would have told you he's taking a big risk, and look how fast they are. So from an evolution standpoint, Stewart-Haas Racing right now doesn't have the speed they've had. And is that a place you jump up and down and go, I can't wait to go over there? Well, I don't know. I mean, if he's winning, if he's outrunning them now at RCR, these guys have to establish two things. Do they want to win races or do they want to get paid? And sometimes it's both, right? But at various points in their career, the answer is different. I've been a part of drivers' career where all that mattered at the end was getting that big payday. And I've been a part of guys in the beginning where it's I don't care about the money, I just want to race. So you can't say where he should or shouldn't go at this point, but it's obvious that he's going to open up his options at the end of next year. And typically the way those contracts are written, you kind of have to negotiate in good faith to a point, but I don't know what his contract looks like.
I know you want to sell your home. Do it with our friends at OfferPad. Go get a cash offer right now at OfferPad.com.